Well, safe to say it is a muddy bottom here behind Secret Island. It's a lot of mud on that anchor. Well, I have departed the little anchorage behind Secret Island, and there's actually a little bit of a breeze, less than 10 knots, but that means I'm going to set some sails up, and I'm headed to Todd Inlet is my goal today. So it's about 19 miles. It's supposed to be about 17 degrees Celsius. If you didn't catch if the clip didn't turn out, it's a really muddy bottom in there. I came up with a huge load of mud on the anchor when I hauled it this morning. So that's good to know. That's always a good holding bottom. And I think I'm just going to get a few things sorted out and set some sails. Well, the sails are up. This is nice. I've got just over 7 knots of breeze, so it's not that windy, but I'm doing over 3 knots, so that's okay. Motor's off, sails are out. They haven't been shaken out for a while, so this is the way to travel. And a nice, it's not much breeze, just over 7 knots of breeze. But it's nice to know I can do just over 3 knots with that. There's a lot of canvas when you put all 4 sails up. I've rounded the bottom of Salt Spring, and I'm just headed towards Todd Inlet. But yeah, got about 11 knots of breeze, and I'm doing over 5 knots through the water, and making good progress. I think I'll be there in about 1 hour. So just do a nice run down the inlet here to get to Todd Inlet, and then I can have some lunch. I have made it to Todd Inlet. It's not nearly as busy as it was last time I came here with Devlin. We had to anchor right at the start of the inlet, just as the narrow part opened up. There was no room up here, so now I'm much closer to the end. And I could have even went closer, but this was close enough. I'm in about 26 feet of water right now when I drop the anchor. And we're at high water, so that's going to be another low tide about 3 a.m., 4 a.m. I think. But that's lots of water for me. And I think I'm going to stay here 2 nights. Oh, I had a fun sail. Got this motored out of the anchorage behind Secret Island. Then I got the sails up, sailed for a bit, then it died right off. And then I was rounding down the bottom end of Salt Spring and it picked up again. So I sailed for a while longer. It was actually up to 12 knots of breeze. And I was doing 5 knots through the water, which is nice to know. And that was not quite close hauled, but almost. Yeah, like I said, there's a lot of canvas on this boat, so she's heavy, but she's got a lot of power in the sails too. Well, and just like that, it's nearly the end of the day. I just had my dinner. It's almost 6 o'clock at night, and the sun's gone down behind the hill. I did another little stroll through the inlet here, and lots of leaves in the water. It's kind of fun. You see, from all the leaves that fall on the ground, we're all used to seeing that, but here there's big areas with all the leaves floating around. So tomorrow I'm probably going to go for a walk. I'll bring the camera, and then I might take the dinghy out around the corner. And you may have heard of Butchart Gardens. It's a huge gardens that were established here. I think it was an old rock quarry historically, and the family turned it into a gardens, and it's internationally known, I'm sure. But there's a bay in the backside if you're traveling by boat, and they have moorings there. I think you have to stern tie if you use a mooring, and I think it's pretty cheap. But then you can get to the park, or to the gardens, through the back way, and view them that way if you're traveling by boat. I don't think any more boats are going to come in. One more came in, a nice Nordic tug. Came in sort of right when I was cooking dinner. And I think that's it. I'm going to download video, send a few messages, emails. You get a little bit of cell service here, so 1 or 2 bars. Probably something that people like to know in the different spots. So Montague Harbor, where I've been several times, horrible cell service. Princess Cove, pretty good, where I was earlier this trip. Secret Island, cell service was pretty good. Like, not full bars, but I mean, both those places, they're good enough. And then here, it's not so good, like 1 bar, sometimes 2. So, but you could text or email, and I did receive a phone call, so just things that I guess you like to know when you're traveling to these spots. Although I like to be more disconnected, although it's hard down here. Got to go north for that, so maybe we'll do that soon. Or at some point we'll go there, back to northern BC, and take Northern Dancer to that area. So I'll start some route planning maybe. Alright, I'm going to clean up, do the dishes, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.